Hey, how's it going guys? JaySea here, and today we have a match against GRAGAS with Grasp of the Undying and Teleport. op.gg, runes and masteries will be on the screen right about now. So as you guys can see on the title, it says Duskblade. Well, I'm going to be trying it out because it's like kind of OP right now, so we're going to give it a shot. Also, you guys in the comments have asked me to try it out as well. So you guys might have noticed I've started Doran's Blade and Health Potion, so that is a very aggressive start, and it means that we don't have much room for error. If we get chunked down and get low in lane, we are pretty screwed because we don't have Teleport as well. So Doran's Blade probably works better with Teleport because you only have one potion, so you can't really stay in lane. If you get shoved in and then you get low, you're screwed. So we're going for a very aggressive start. We're going to make every bit count, and we're going to try to get aggressive and get a kill early so that we can snowball and get Duskblade and snowball even harder. I mean, that's the plan anyway. I think Duskblade is more of a snowball item and more of a high risk item. So we're going to try to get some Fury, and then we're going to just all in the GRAGAS. Hopefully he uses his Q somewhere random, like there, and then now we can all in him. Wow, he's tanky though. Jesus. He just has a Doran's Ring and is tanky. That's not good for us. I was hoping to get way more damage than that. But yeah, we have to dodge his next Q again because we can't afford to take damage. We can't just take random damage. So I'm going to try to hit level 2 here. Damn, he hit level 2 as well. Okay, that's fine. My aggression didn't pay off, unfortunately. I was hoping it would, but he's just way too tanky right now. Or at least I didn't get any single crits on him. Nearing the 3-minute mark. I don't think Cho'Gath would gank, but I'm going to put a ward anyway because I have another one coming up in 30 seconds. So I'll be covered for that time. What? My crit got cancelled. Oh wow. That GRAGAS is getting so lucky in lane right now. Okay, rip. I need to escape. This is the only way out. I should have another E to escape here, so I'll be fine. But yeah, that was the only way out. Only way of escaping was to do that. So you guys can use that trick if you're pretty desperate. But yeah, it looks like our early game failed and this is frozen onto him. I need to unfreeze it. That's really... I'm not used to having a farm jungler like Cho'Gath gank so early, so that's really bad for us. We need to push this in though. Wait. Is he gonna let me hit him? Oh, okay. Cho'Gath is still mid, so that's good for us. But I feel like he could body slam me mid-E, which is what he's been doing lately. Like mid-auto or mid-E. It's really annoying. And since my E doesn't actually stun him or anything, so it's bad news for us if we... Yeah, I need to be careful. I think this is pushing back to us, so that's the important thing, is we don't want him to freeze it like he did earlier. Okay, so he's just pushing this out slowly. Okay, so the item build I'm going for would be Shiv into Essence Reaver into Duskblade, and then Bork. The last item would just be an Eye Edge or a Last Whisperer, one or the other, depending if they have armor or not. Most likely, because they have a lot of tanks, it looks like I have to build a Last Whisperer. So, and in terms of boots, it's just whatever I prefer. Okay, so nice that it's pushed back into our tower. So we're going to pick all of this up and hit level 4 or level 5. And then we'll be able to match GRAGAS. Although we did lose a lot because he froze on us after that gank, which we were... Most people would have died to that, but I just know top lane really well in terms of escape paths, and I'm sharing it with you guys so that you guys can use it as well, and then you guys can survive these sort of ganks. Okay. Game's pretty even at the moment. They're just trading kills back and forth, so that's pretty normal of any standard ranked game, to be honest. Like, it's really unlucky if your team just outright loses early, but you know, you only tend to remember the bad things and not the good things, or even the standard things. Like right now, you don't tend to remember it because it's very standard, right? If both teams are trading back and forth, it's pretty even, then you know, you guys don't pay much attention to it. But the moment your team loses, that's when you pay most attention. That's what I feel, but that's just a random rant that I'm having right now. So okay, I'm gonna get hit by that, but I'll spin through minions and just try to... Damn, I lost the trade pretty hard. That's annoying. His body slam just cancels my auto attack, and then he just gets to walk away for free, and then I take a bunch of minion damage after that. So GRAGAS is super annoying to face. Let me see. Okay, got it. Alright, that works. Okay, so we get a kill, we get out. We traded a mid lane for a Thresh, so that's pretty worth. Unfortunately, this was slow pushing into him the whole time, so a lot of his minions are dying, which means we lost a lot of EXP and gold. But yeah, I went for Doran's Blade, so I don't have to go for my Vamp Scepter. And that way I still get some life steal, but it's not great. It's just a way to get my Essence Reaver and then my Duskblade faster. Gonna pop a potion here. Okay, he used his drinking thing here. I have to be really careful. He's level 6 right now and his cooldowns are coming back up. The only reason I wanted to trade with him is so that he can start splashing these minions with his... Because all his abilities actually splash damages. Even his W splashes damage. So his AoE damage for every single ability on his kit. So that's why I wanted to trade with him so that he can push this out faster. Since I'm basically doing nothing and I can out heal, well I can heal it up if I do short trades. But yeah, so far this lane is going really badly. It's always freezing into him and it's always just working out really badly for me in every way possible except for the RE kill. That's the only redeeming quality so far in this game. Wow, even the cannon just died a bit premature. Okay. Alright, nice. We're gonna pick up the majority of these CS though. But yeah, so far this has been going really badly. Like, I really wanted the first blood on GRAGAS so that I could snowball. But so far, not working out. So you guys are going to see what I can do if everything doesn't work out. Well, not everything, because we did survive the gank, right? So that's something decent. But to be honest, if we go this way, we'll survive every single gank, no matter what the enemy jungler is. Because they go through the river. Well, if they go through the river, that is. No, not again. Okay, that's fine. I guess we get out again. Well, maybe not. Alright, now we get out. Man, that is so annoying. Every single time. Every time. That Ori didn't even pay attention the whole time they were chasing me. That's a bad sign, guys. Alright, so now we pick up our Shiv components and then we go back to lane. The thing is, if you're versing, say, a duelist, not a tank, you can actually get away with getting a Phantom Dancer. And that will help you in terms of dueling power. It will help you a lot. And I guess because we're getting Essence Reaver right after that, we can wave clear the backline with our E. So that's the thing, is we do have some wave clear. It's not recommended, but if you want to get Duskblade, you probably have to skip out on something really important. And that's why I don't like to deviate from the regular Tryndamere builds that includes a wave clear item. Okay, so GRAGAS is missing again. But yeah, this is going outside of my comfort zone in terms of builds, so that's why it's... I don't want to say it's this build's fault, but I am going attack speed runes just because I realize that this build lacks a lot of attack speed. Because I'm not going for early Bork or anything, I'm not going for double steal items, I'm not necessarily going for Berserker Greaves, although I could this game. So there's a few things that are kind of not working out for us at the moment that I might need to figure out. Okay, that's all his cooldowns, except for his ult. Oh, I need to get out. Okay, so he used all his cooldowns, he ulted. I'm going to see if there's a honey fruit. What is he doing? I'm pretty sure he saw me go down this way. I might be able to get a honey fruit and go back to lane. So that way I can still catch the minions under tower. Okay, he's going that way, so I'm gonna go this way to go back to lane. And that way I'll still catch some minions and not get dove. Because right now we're struggling. I think GRAGAS already caught her. We just have to push this out right now. Alright, so we'll try to deny as much as possible from GRAGAS. We are full health now. Wait, okay, he's TPing. We can go back and get our Shiv though. So this would be decent. Let's see how fast he pushes. I don't think he wants to push fast. Okay, he actually does. So we're really just rushing for Essence Reaver and then Duskblade, and then we'll get to try out the OP item. I think it already got nerfed. It deals 105 to 360. I'm not sure if that's nerfed or not. I think it is because I heard that it got hotfixed. So this will be after the hotfix announcement. Post hotfix announcement Duskblade. Trying it out. Although I can't see Tryndamere making too much use of it just because we don't hide into bushes and reset the passive, and that's what makes it so broken is you can step into the bush and reset it instantly. So Kha'Zix can abuse it and any ranged champions like JaySea can abuse it as well. Am I getting ganked again? Or he's just typing? Okay, this guy's diveable.
Chill out.
Perfect. We finally got it. He finally slipped up and fought us at a good time, or at a good time for us. And then we're able to get a kill here. So this is really good for us. This is beauty. So this is finally the part where we get to take his tower, get Rift Herald, push this back in, and then snowball. And then hopefully we get Duskblade, because so far everything's been working pretty badly for us since GRAGAS is just an annoying matchup. Like, it's not a difficult matchup, it's just annoying because if he plays it correctly, then you can't really kill him. Like, if he's a really good player, you definitely can't kill him. No way. Not in a billion years. We actually get First Blood Tower, so we're doing amazing here, guys. Like, in comparison to everyone else on both sides of the team, we're doing amazing. So I'm just going to take his jungle camps because we can't really contest him. He just bought new items, and that means he's stronger than us. Regardless of how we just got a kill, we haven't bought items. And also we have no ignite and no ult, so there's definitely no way we're going to kill him or even contest that minion wave. But we can take his blue buff. After that, I want to go back, buy my items, and then I push it back in and then get Rift Herald. And this should be a really good game for us now. Hopefully. But yeah, guys, if you take away the 2 kills that I have, it will be 11-11. So outside of myself or what I'm doing, my team is actually even with the enemy team. Like, very, very even. If you look at it that way, because you always have to look at it that way. If you have a lot of kills, always subtract your own kills. And also, oh, actually, wait, never mind. You have to also subtract your laner's kills as well. But then again, we didn't die, so I don't know, it's a bit debatable. I'm actually not sure how we calculate this. But for the most part, if you have like, say, 7 kills, you subtract it, and then you'll see if your team's going to win a 4v4. That's how you do it. Because you'll always be strong enough to keep someone in lane with you. They have to deal with you. Wait, is he by himself? Oh, he ulted as well. And there's an Ahri here. Okay, why did GRAGAS run away from me if Ahri's right behind? That's really strange. Okay, they're doing Rift Herald, no wonder. Wait, they left Rift Herald so quick. That's insane how fast they left Rift Herald. I'm surprised that Ori's getting caught out even though there's like a scream from the Rift Herald knowing that everyone's there. But she still gets caught out and still fights even though she knows fully well that everyone's there. At least I think she's supposed to know that fully well. Okay, so Blast Cone here. And then get to mid as soon as possible. Maybe pick off an Ahri. Probably not. So Ahri has some map awareness, so she knows I left top lane. But a lot of gold players or plat players don't pay attention to the map like Oriana. So for those of you who play mid lane, definitely pay attention to your side lanes. If they're missing, it's not up to your team to ping because that's unreliable. You have to have the awareness yourself and try to, you know, do that, and then you'll win more games. Obviously, it takes a lot of practice and it's very difficult, but you have to get used to it. And the first thing to do is to really get very comfortable with your champion so that you don't have to pay attention to your own cooldowns and rotations. It becomes second nature. Then you can just pay attention to the map all the time. So that's the key to map awareness, is getting really comfortable with your own champion first. And also it takes a lot of practice still after getting comfortable. But unfortunately we don't get Rift Herald, so that's really bad for us. They actually snuck a Rift Herald quite early. Well, at least early in terms of how our lane went. Because that was the time when I could possibly get Rift Herald, was that time. Okay, if they go in, it's all on them, but I'm nowhere near them. So that's why I'm pinging them back. They're too keen to engage the 4v5 though. I'm nowhere near. I would love to be there, but I can't. Like, by the time they engage, I was already up here. So by the time I walked over there, the fight would have been over. Like, I might have been able to clean up this Cho'Gath right now, but it's not like he is guaranteed to stay there, and I knew that. Damn, I shouldn't have hit the minions then. Okay, I juked his body slam, so that's really good. That means I get a tower. Have I not juked that, then I probably had to blow ult. Let's see if Jin is greedy and recalls at a bad spot.
Hello, cutie pie.
Okay, nice. We get a kill. Ignite is really good. I love Ignite. I should wear a shirt saying I love Ignite. Oh, what? That's a really good Oriole. Alright, I don't think we can chase this one. So I'm just going to back out and push this in. Is that Cho'Gath going for me? Jesus. He can one-shot me from this range, I think. Yeah, Cho'Gath is pretty fed at the moment. He's 4-2 because he just walks into lane and then gets a free Ori kill every time. Regardless if he walks past wards or kills Rift Herald or whatnot, or like even walks through top lane and then through river. So that's a big problem of why Ori keeps dying, is because she's not paying attention. Oh, another blue buff for me. Let me see what mid lane's doing. Oh my god, what's Thresh doing though? That's a bit of a worry. I think Thresh is just engaging no matter what. Not really trying to figure out if they're gonna win or not, just goes in. Any hook that he lands, he just goes in. So these are just like common mistakes that maybe if you want to climb into Diamond, you have to just think further, like one step ahead. If I go in, is this going to work out? Don't just go in because you got a decent hook. Because say if your team's not nearby and they can't follow up, it's not going to work out either way. Even if you get the best hook on the ADC or the mid laner. Okay, so the item you guys have all been waiting for, Duskblade, and I'm getting that in 700 gold. Well, in 430 gold. 420 gold. So now I'm going to start splitting bot lane. I don't have my TP with me. I didn't opt for it this game, so we're just going to go split push style, which is very reliable in lower elo, since teamfights is very inconsistent. Like, it could go one way or the other drastically, and all you have to do is just ping your team back if you know they're going to go for a bad fight. I want to hit the dragon for some fury. Okay. They still got hit by that? Hey, good redemption. Alright, that's a dead dragon. Cool. I might be able to get a Jhin as well. Nice. Alright, this is perfect. And now we just push this in. I hope they don't surrender before I get Duskblade. That'll be really sad. Actually, I'm going to probably get it right now. Oh. No, we should get Baron. Get Baron now. That's a guaranteed win if we get Baron. Just rush Baron, and then after that we go back, buy our Duskblade, and then we can start trying it out. Okay, we don't need Wukong anymore anyway. Okay, perfect. So now we have enhanced recall, we go back. Only Bard's alive, the rest are still really close to base, so we're pretty safe here. Let's see, do I have a lot of crowd control? I'm going to go for Mercury Shreds this game. And then after that, we're going to look for either a Last Whisper or a Eye Edge. Actually, what do we need? Oh yeah, Bork. Yeah, Bork's going to be really nice. So I'm going to go for Bork next for the mobility. Let's see if they have a lot of armor. Not quite. So only GRAGAS is building tank. So after my Bork, I can go for a Last Whisper or Lord Dominic's. We'll see which one we get. And now with Baron buff, we're going to push really hard and really fast. So I just see GRAGAS. He actually roamed towards bot side. So I'm going to hang back because I don't know if there's anyone with GRAGAS. If anyone's with GRAGAS, they can lock me down forever. And GRAGAS is really good with follow-ups. So it's really hard to survive a gank with GRAGAS in your own lane. Also, Duskblade reveals wards, so that's actually really helpful for split pushing. I didn't even know that, but that's actually something that could be really, really helpful. So, clearing wards by yourself, and also you can E through the minions and actually one-shot everything. That's also something that's really nice. Like, you don't necessarily need a wave clear item. That's why I said that you can get away with using PD for this build, and it'll be okay. I want to pile on the pressure right now since they're fighting, so I'm not going to finish off these Krugs. Because we're in a hurry. We're like pressed for time since our team just wants to engage every single time, so my fault for not pinging them back. I needed to ping them back. Or actually I can... Oh yeah, by the way, for those who realized just now, I just forgot to say, I don't have any cooldown reduction runes because I have Duskblade and that gives you 10% cooldown reduction. Alright, he should be dead as well. There we go, got the cleanup. That's really strange. I think Bard should have used his Q or saved his Q for after the tunnel, and if I followed him then he'll pin me to the wall. That's what most Bards do, or every single Bard in the world does that. But this one, I guess he didn't. Wait, my Duskblade's off cooldown, so I get to clear this ward. That's so beauty. I'm like a walking pink ward. That's so nice. A pink ward that kills other wards. Alrighty. So yeah, this game started really rough, but we managed to pull through because, you know, we are OP. I wouldn't say Duskblade's OP because we got there without Duskblade. Okay, nice. I'm just trying to juke out his Q. But if he's not going to use Q on me, then I can just back away. That's why I was going in circles. It's just to make it very unpredictable. But yeah, we're lacking a lot of crit though. I feel like I want Eye Edge. Because it's only GRAGAS. Only GRAGAS has... yeah, only GRAGAS has tanky items. So I don't feel as inclined to go for my Last Whisper. Because as long as I avoid him, then we should be good to go. And also Eye Edge still gives decent damage even for a really tanky guy. Oh nice, got the flash. Okay, so now we have full map control because we're pushing in all 3 lanes. And that's how you get map control, guys. If you don't know what to do mid-game after Rift Herald, if like there's a Baron there and then all the lanes are just somewhere in between and nothing much is happening, the thing you need to do is push out top and mid lane. That's the key. Push top and mid lane and get Baron control and then you win the game, guys. That's basically objectives right there. And that's how you win mid-game, mid to late game. Early game, you just want to win your lane and then roam, take Rift Herald, push more towers. That way it'll be easier to transition into mid to late game when towers are down or enemy towers are down. So we have 3k gold. I think I'm going to get a little bit more. Wait, let me see. Can I actually buy an item if I go back? Not quite. I need 3,400, so I'm going to farm up for a little bit more. Air Drake, not very useful, so not a big priority. But they can get it if they want. I'm going to rotate between top and mid so that I can get maximum gold and put out a lot of pressure since no one's actually attending all of this CS and this farm. So if I could put extra pressure, that will help my team out a lot. Regardless of how this fight goes, if this gets pushed in, even if my team loses the fight, they'll have to deal with the minion wave here and also me. So that's the thing, is the split push mentality is That's what you have to go for, is always focus on the objectives. And if you're focusing on objectives, they have to actually focus on objectives as well to counteract what you did. Damn, he flashed that. Oh, I didn't get it. But yeah, Duskblade. OP or not? It's pretty decent for split pushing, I have to admit. Just because it actually reveals wards for you and disables them. So it actually helps out. It denies enemy vision and then lets you place your own wards. Okay. He's so mobile. That just doesn't make sense how he can be so mobile. Like look at his character. Can you imagine getting outrun by him if in the Olympics, like he actually appears in the Olympics and wins it? We have to back off before we die. Actually dead. Screw the lantern, I'm out. I'm outie. If I took the lantern, I still have to flash either way because he just got caught anyway in the spot that he was in. So taking the lantern would not have saved me. Okay, I did say I'm getting a Bork next, didn't I? So we'll get Bork, and then now we can sell Doran's Blade because we don't need the 3% lifesteal. We have better. We have 12%, which is... I thought it was higher. I thought it was 15. But oh well. I'll take it. Anything that's 10% or above is good. Although if it's just 10%, then that's a Vamp Scepter, and that's pretty disappointing for a Bork to have only a Vamp Scepter. Whoa, can we... Oh, nice. That's a beautiful slow. No, he stepped into it. Oh, I see someone else. I'm going for it because entertainment value, right, guys? Oh, I'm gonna get stunned on the other side. Damn. Yeah, that's unavoidable. Okay, I think the best course of action is to push out top lane right now. No matter what happens here, we push out top lane, and then we're Gucci. I don't like how my Duskblade actually procs on wards that are visible, because that's pointless, right? Since why would you want to reveal a ward that is already visible? I think Riot should change that one. It shouldn't proc when you're next to a visible ward. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Ooh. Might be able to do this. Okay, definitely able. Man, this guy's going to win the Olympics as the most overweight guy, and he's going to be competing against those really tall, skinny, like, super fast people. You guys know what I mean. I'm not going to say any skin colors because that's racist. Well, at least, it's not really racist, it's just a description because I don't have any ill intent. But, you know what, I'm going to stay away from that area anyways. But yeah, like, GRAGAS being so mobile, that always just, like, bothers me. Oh, I need to tank this for... I can't get any closer to Baron though, that's the thing is. It gets really frustrating for junglers if no one else tanks. I like how Ahri bounces up and down. Okay, he's so far away, and he still has his tunnel, so there's no point. Let's see if anyone comes out. But yeah, guys, in the lower elos, you can make any build work, guys. It's just when you get to higher elos where, or if you're in an elo that you're struggling in, that's when the build matters. So I guess that could apply to your own elo. So definitely just go for the meta builds that are working in Challenger. The rule of thumb is, if it works in Challenger, it works in every elo. That Ahri's scared of me, so why is she risking her life, you know? That's just very strange. It's a very strange move. If I had flash, I could have killed her if she threw a charm at me. Well, if she threw a charm and missed, that is. Okay, we get another enhanced recall, and now we're going to go for the greed and go for eye edge. So this is pretty huge damage. I'd say it's on par with Pete's build. Yeah, it's on par with Pete's build. It's just that it can surpass Pete's build if I go for Zerka Greaves. No! Don't run from me. Oh my god, that 3's not on smart cast again. Just die. So tanky. But then again, he is full tank, so we actually shred right through him, full tank. By the way, this Duskblade is really good if you're against squishy targets. So if, say I was against a Riven, if I was against a Jace, if I was against any regular non-tank top laner, Duskblade or lethality is just amazing. So that's why you guys didn't see it much, like being used too much. I mean, it did one-shot the Jhin, or like two-shot the Jhin, so I mean, Duskblade worked over there. Outside of that, it's just pretty standard for Tryndamere, just because Tryndamere can only proc this once. I can't really step into a bush and abuse it like Jace or like Gnar, or I don't think Gnar would buy it, but I think Jace would buy it. Rivens can, like, you know, dash in and out, have a lot of mobility. Kha'Zix is probably the worst offender. So, you know what? Anyways, GG well played. Thank you so much for watching to the very end, and I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.